this terrifyingly sentient theme. So are we just not gonna address Sabrina's hair in this episode, or what?
Of course you're my best friend. I'm 100% affirmative.
A robot being your best friend is just sad. Go touch some grass, Max.
His best friend is in his school bag? Yeah, Tiki, totally strange.
You do know hypocrisy is a sin, right?
I'm a bit of a computer whiz. And there you go.
That's not supposed to be happening.
Why did whatever nonsense Damocles just did trigger the virus? Was it just a coincidence? I find that hard to believe.
What is it?
It's Dino 33, a malicious computer virus.
Why is this virus attacking specifically Miss Mendeleiev's computer? Who would target a teacher, of all things? Actually, on second thought, this is Miss Mendeleiev we're talking about. She's gotta have a lot of enemies.
It's destroying all the school data. It's a disaster. Let him try.
It's a good thing this malicious virus has a cute infographic to help the victim understand what it's doing, or Damocles might not have asked for help. Shouldn't this code be in binary?
This flash drive neutralizes 100% of the virus.
How convenient that you happen to be working on this right when we needed it. Wait, did Max put this virus on Miss Mendeleiev's computer just so he could test his antivirus?
And cleans the computer's hard disk at the same time.
Oh, fascinating.
All this nonsensical computer jargon is ticking me off. They might as well just be saying blah 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 blah. Speaking of which, can anybody with programming experience tell me what is actually happening here? Because I bet it's just gibberish. That is not how any of this works. Once that data is gone, it is gone for good, and by the looks of it, you are far too late to make much of a difference.
You've added arms to him since the last time.
Markov added them all by himself. He's the most highly evolved type of robot there is.
Ah, kill it. Kill it now before it takes over and enslaves us all.
My name is Markov, and I'm Max's best friend.
Markov is right. He's not just some toy. He's my friend. He's as emotionally intelligent and sensitive as any human being.
This reminds me of something. Miss Mendeleev's glasses are constantly digging into her skin, which may be why she's perpetually in a bad mood.
Be serious, Max. You programmed your robot to say that. A robot cannot think for itself, much less love anybody.
I swear to you, I did not program him to say that.
So, Max supposedly created the first ever sentient robot, and instead of doing things like sharing his findings and advancing robotics for the benefit of mankind, he's messing around in a normal high school? Why is everyone in Marinette's class so unrealistically incredible?
If you don't put that plaything of yours away right now, I'll confiscate it. Understand?
Come on, Markov, go back in the bag.
Max's bag is completely empty in this shot. I guess a genius like him doesn't need to do things like study or do homework.
You're not being reasonable, Mrs. Mendeleiev.
Stop it, Markov.
Why?
Did you program this thing without the 3 laws? Why? Are you trying to start a robot uprising?
It's true, isn't it?
Why are they laughing? It's not like Markov said something funny, so are they just trying to tick Miss Mendeleiev off?
Max, you can come and get your robot back at the end of the day.
Damocles' hand clips through Markov's propeller, and to avoid that mistake in the next shot, the animators decide to remove it entirely, along with his arm.
I'm begging you, please don't do that.
Do you want 3 hours of detention too?
No, sir.
Do Miss Mendeleiev and Damocles not realize how amazing this is? Even if they don't believe Markov is sentient, Max still created a functioning robot, and he's only 14. They have a genius on their hands, and instead of helping him grow and progress, they start berating him. Why are these teachers so unbelievably bad at their jobs?
There is nothing artificial about those emotions.
You heard it here, folks. Markov is actually sentient. Introducing a sentient robot and then completely brushing past it is by far one of the weirdest things this show has ever done.
As class representative, could I have your permission to go see Principal Damocles?
No.
Markov wasn't wrong.
I'm sending you to the principal's office right this minute.
Thank you, Mrs. Mendeleiev.
This episode is actually really funny, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it, so here, take back 5 sins, but be quick about it.
What is the purpose of these jewels?
If fused together, they can make a wish come true.
Wait, is this really how we found this out? That is so underwhelming.
Could I make any wish come true?
No, the miraculous and the wish will belong to me.
Why would Hawkmaw tell him this? The only reason his victims obey him is because they're desperate and emotional. Literally all of them would steal this wish for themselves in a heartbeat. This guy is either very dumb or very brave. Perhaps even both. There is no way this tiny robot has the strength to push over a full-grown man.
Witness my true power!
All this chaos should have occurred the first time Robostus let out his signal. We have Voltron at home.
Max, come to me! Leave me alone!
Oh, so now Miss Mendeleiev tries to be a good person. It's a little late for that, don't you think?
You cannot do this!
If Robostus wanted to kill her, why not just crush her? It would be a lot faster.
If you truly love your friend, then you should listen to him, Robostus. Do you really think Max is happy about his best friend becoming a supervillain?
At this point, they have no reason to think the victims can reject Hawkmoth's control, so why did they continue to try? Hurry up and defeat him already. We've got class to get back to.
Broadcasting live from City Hall, the new mayor has just made a declaration.
Clearly the lamp isn't the one making those noises, so who or what is? And why? Why is the lamp the machine that ended up as mayor? Why not Robostus himself? Did the machines hold an election? And why do I have a feeling that this lamp would still be a better mayor than Bourgeois?
Paris' only hope in this dire situation is Ladybug and Hey!
How did Nadia film this? Wouldn't the camera she's using be sentient by now?
No, stop!
Ladybug's mouth moves, but Max's voice comes out. I knew Max was Ladybug. Y'all thought it was a joke, but I was right.
I want to be a real human like you, Max.
What's this about making a wish?
Look, Max, I will be a real human in 53 seconds.
Why wait 53 seconds? Why not just take them now?
May I remind you that the Miraculous are from me, Robostus.
You really thought you could control me?
Intrusion. Elimination mode activated.
Wait, does this mean Markov knows Hawkmoth's identity? And Ladybug and Cat Noir don't even try to help him remember? His memory banks might have been erased, but they could at least try to see if some data is recoverable. How and why does Gabriel have a rocket launcher in his house? Hawkmoth, this is the part where you take away his powers. Or you could just rely on Ladybug and Cat Noir to save the day, I guess. This would have been a cool opportunity to teach us more about Hawkmoth's powers, but I guess not. Since when did Hawkmoth have a sword? Of course, the one character who never actually fights is given the only useful weapon.
Now's the time to come up with a bright idea!
I'm sorry, Cat Noir.
All Ladybug needs to do is keep dodging them, and Cat Noir can clearly speak, so he ought to activate his Cataclysm now. Both methods would only buy them a little bit of time, but it's better than doing nothing.
Lucky Charm! What?
Why did it appear so high up? Does it somehow know the episode isn't over yet?
Analyze this!
Protect Max!
This thing sure is taking a while to fall.
Is that your last move? Whoa!
So the Lucky Charm is able to be destroyed, but only when it's necessary for the plot?
The game is still on! What?
This is not a speaker, and yet Markov's voice becomes muffled once Ladybug inserts the flash drive. I know this looks like his mouth, but it's not, mostly because he's a robot and doesn't have one. I think this is trying to imply that Ladybug took the Dino 33 virus on the flash drive and implanted it into Markov, which then deleted all of his data, causing the Akuma to be ejected. But that doesn't make any sense. They never implied that Max's flash drive contained the virus instead of destroying it, and why would a virus even affect a magically augmented Markov anyway? It would have made a lot more sense just to break the darn thing. And on that note, how would Ladybug have known what was on the flash drive anyway? At the very least, Max should realize she couldn't have known unless she was in his class. Also, this port clearly can't fit a flash drive, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. Oh, and lastly, Markov still has his arm, but he doesn't even try to escape Ladybug or pull out the flash drive. The cars losing their sentience would have stopped them from accelerating, but they wouldn't have been able to brake either, so... There's something very dark about Robostus giving life to all these machines and Ladybug and Cat Noir subsequently killing them. Is this still a kid's show if our main characters are committing genocide, or what? How have all these explosions not damaged the room in any way?
It won't happen again.
The iris doesn't even close all the way. Also, how does the iris know when to close and open? Has it been sentient this whole time?
Here's your friend.
Perhaps it's best if I don't.
Everyone can feel negative emotions from time to time. It's important to accept that and forgive.
Robostus is, so far, the closest any villain has gotten to actually defeating Ladybug and Cat Noir, to the point where if Max hadn't intervened, they would have lost. And that's why I say, kill it. Kill it now.
Basically, it can make any one wish come true.
But why don't we use it then?
For every wish, a price to pay in return. Had your robotic friend asked to become a real boy, someone would have lost his humanity in return.
That's not the way Season 4 portrayed it. They showed us that using a wish destroys our universe and makes a new one, not that there was some sort of price to pay. So this is either a retcon or Fu is lying.
That's why Ladybug and Cat Noir must never lose their magic jewels.
That's also why you shouldn't have taken them from the Miracle Box, you idiot. So are you gonna tell Adrian this so he can know it's at stake too? No? Weird choice, but alright. Also, why didn't Tiki or Plag already tell them this? There's no way they didn't know, since Nuru was the one to tell tell Hawkmoth about it. There they go again with their unnecessary secrets.
My bag in the locker room.
Nothing happens when I press the button.
It's Dino 33. Let me try something.
Understand?
But in return,
What are you doing?
Come on, hurry, over there.
For yourself.
Humans will soon.
Now's the time to come up with a bright idea.
I'm sorry, Cat Noir.
Universe must always stay in balance.
Max, my friend, I'm coming to get you.
Damocles might not have asked Max for Max.
Paris' only hope in this dire situation is Ladybug and Ketna. Hey!
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross.